just watch the whole season of The Crown, I could fully rule a country.
Looking beautiful, Chloe.
Get out of the way.
How's motherhood doing, babe?
Great, thank you.
I appreciate you, sweetheart.
Kardashian sister, please help me get food. Help the homeless.
Private property, you guys gotta get out.
Okay.
Get out of the store.
Jesus Christ, get the out. Hurry up, sir, get out of the store. Get out, just like you
tell him, Chloe.
Oh, Chloe, what's the matter, honey? You having a bad day?
In 2007, a show hit the networks that became an instant phenomenon, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the title being a modification of the 1913's comic Keeping Up with the Joneses. The comic strip shows the life of the McGinnis family who try to keep up with the lifestyle of the Joneses family, their upper-class neighbors. Very fitting. Their rose to fame was quick. Through their bizarre TV interactions and smart use of social media, they gained many people's attention.
And would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
Everyone who wasn't already aware of the name through the O.J. Simpson trial surely knew the name Kardashian now. No celebrity family is talked about more. More and more often, the Kardashians have been presenting themselves as somewhat of America's royal family. There's even a book about it.
Do you think the Queen watches this show?
Not with all the terrible language and nudity, I doubt it.
I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility that some member of the royal family watches it.
Wills will watch it.
This is a big show in the UK. I wonder if the royal family is watching. What if the Queen watches? Because in some way, I'm part of the royal family of entertainment. You know, one royal family meets the other royal family, you know?
Photoshoots and fashion films depict the reality stars in white, powdery wigs and pastel gowns. And this comparison surely opens a heated debate among fans and haters and everyone in between.
You know, frankly, I regard the royal family as I regard the Kardashians here. I mean, they are famous for being famous. They're very wealthy. There are too many of them, and I try to avoid all mentions of them as much as humanly possible.
Indeed, they like to draw a comparison to a certain French queen, at least her pop culture pendant. Like Marie Antoinette, Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner, for example, became a figure of public obsession through their seemingly extravagant lifestyle. And though the comparison between Kylie and Marie is mostly a product of pop culture, it speaks to something deeper. The public's fascination with people who live lives of extreme luxury, oblivious or perhaps indifferent to the struggles of the common people.
Get this puppy washed.
Wait, is this a drive-through one?
Yes, please lower antenna. Lower it. No, we get to sit inside. Oh my God. This is like Disneyland.
Never see you.
This is fun. I know. We have to bring the kids here.
The comparison seems to fit like a glove, although it really isn't a positive one to make, only if you let yourself get blinded by the shimmer and beauty of her memory reinvented by pop culture. And Kim herself has been seen taking some items out of Princess Diana's closet, to the dismay of many, because the social perception of these two people couldn't be more different. Where's the obsession coming from?
Was I meant to be a princess or what?
When researching this topic, I stumbled upon a Reddit post that discusses this comparison. A user asks if the Kardashians may be an American equivalent to the British royal family, and the replies were outraged. In what way exactly? I don't think most people would agree with that pick. At all. More along the lines of the Kennedy or Bush families. We have no equivalent and we hate the Kardashians. Dear God, no. The Kardashians are a family of assholes who are famous for being famous. That's it. Not only on Reddit, but also on other forums, and on YouTube people are not having it. One thing is clear, Americans don't really like the idea. At all. When we break down the Kardashian-Jenner empire, one thing is clear. These aren't royalty in the traditional sense. They don't hold any titles of kings or queens. They aren't the product of century-old bloodlines. They are not a part of any influential political family or loved by the majority of Americans. They are, in a way, entirely made from the modern fabric of celebrity culture. They are products of the social media age, shaped by their ability to curate and project their lives as a form of entertainment and commerce. And still, there are parallels that can't be overlooked. So let's take a deep dive into all the similarities between America's #1 reality family and how they compare to royal families.
Let me be the first to welcome America to its monarchy era.
Gee, you'd think the Queen just had a new baby.
The mastermind behind the Kardashian empire is none other than Kris Jenner. In a series of highly controversial moves, she catapulted her daughters into the public eye, whether through the marketing after the release of a notorious sex tape or strategically placing them in the spotlight with magazine covers and reality TV appearances.
Whose career do you respect and admire the most?
I would say my mom's, because at 50 years old, she really honestly didn't know how she was going to make ends meet and take care of all of these kids. And after 50, she built this whole huge empire.
Now the Kardashians are more than just reality stars. They've become a brand, an institution, a dynasty. And how they portray themselves time and time again as royalty and queens or kings tells you where they see themselves among the sea of stars of Hollywood. The perception between the British royal family and the Kardashian-Jenners is polar opposites. One is perceived as classy and reserved, the other as trashy and loud. One family piques interest because of their exclusivity, the other generates reach through their accessibility.
Let's go, family, it's showtime!
And yet, society can't get enough of either of them. The Kardashian-Jenners have managed to do something that most royal families fail to do today. They remain incredibly relevant. Through social media, they've broken down the barriers of exclusivity that most royals hide behind. We know their families, their struggles, their relationships. At least, we think we know all that. All of it is on display. And in a society obsessed with fame and beauty, the Kardashians have managed to become the most well-known family in the world.
Because it's chic and sexy.
Yeah, this is how you need to handle business.
Let's raise a glass to Kris Jenner.
Kris mother Jenner.
Woo! Yeah, that's it, ladies.
Kendall Jenner is ugly, evil, and green. Kendall Jenner's face and walk are Kendall Jenner is gorgeous. Too bad she's one of the richest, prettiest, talentless people ever. Why is she a runway model? She has a link to her Twitter in her bio. This girl cannot be in high fashion. She's ugly.
Like many royals before them, they are the talk of the country, simultaneously loved and envied by the masses.
They're calling it Dye-mania, with shops decorated in British fashion, T-shirts for sale, even the now obligatory look-alike competition. She was spared this. The winner was just a little more lifelike than the two shop window dummies which brought Charles and Diana to Fifth Avenue.
On social media, they display their riches and bodies, high-end, insanely expensive clothes draped over curves that represent current beauty standards. Standards that, as one might argue, are shaped by the Kardashian sisters themselves.
I don't feel self-conscious about any part of my body.
First, we want curves and the BBL craze hits us, then we need Ozempic to slim us down again. They show off their seemingly perfect lives, family and friends, houses, clothes and jewels.
You guys have gotten to the point where you have so much power and so much influence. And I think it's safe to say that much of the American public, and a lot of women of all ages actually, look at your family as a model. And a lot of that influence happens on social media. Social media for young girls has been linked to depression, body image issues, self-esteem issues. How do you view the family business responsibility in this ecosystem as we are learning so much?
People do look up to the girls, and they really do follow their advice, whether it be fashion or, whatever else that we're doing. We like to post really aspirational things and things that make people feel good and things that show people, fun experiences that we've had, show people our respect when there's a world global event that happens, like when the Queen has just passed away and we were able to pay our respects to that.
At a place as the internet, it is only natural for people to voice their opinions, loud and mostly unfiltered.
Khloe Kardashian has received massive amounts of backlash for her, what some people say are unrecognizable body and facial features. Khloe Kardashian literally uses body positivity to try and push her Good American brand, but yet here she is scrambling to have a photo removed where she looks like a real, healthy human being. Kendall's BTS post sparked accusations of Photoshop from fans who couldn't help but express their own body insecurities after Kendall's body was put on full display. How can I ever be okay with my body when Kendall Jenner is out here looking like that? Fans began praising Kendall for opening up about her own insecurities. During an interview with The Telegraph back in 2019, Kendall spoke out about her own body confidence, especially when it comes to comparing herself to her famous sisters.
One user wrote, "No, but Kendall Jenner really threw a big-ass party with all these celebrities without masks in the middle of a pandemic."
Now social media is lashing out. Kendall Jenner blowing out candles as a masked waiter holds her cake and tries to move out of the way was actually the scariest thing I saw on Halloween.
Not all of these celebs posting about wearing a mask, social distancing, then showing up to Kendall Jenner's party. Eat the rich. Kylie Jenner is being called selfish and tone deaf. While everyone is super focused on the election, Kylie took the time to promote more of her makeup to her followers. Many fans were upset to see her do this instead of making her platform more useful during a stressful time in the country right now. Kylie has been really vocal about getting her hundreds of millions of followers out there to register to vote. She even helped one organization break registration records after promoting their link with a bikini selfie.
As they star in a format that builds on controversy, the line between love and hate are blurred. Celebrities are a way to vent out our anger and insecurities. We love that these people exist that seem so far away and unreal because by taking it out on them, we don't need to feel bad.
Let them eat cake.
How about...
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your f***ing ass up and work.
And the modern shitstorm about an entitled celebrity devoid of any knowledge about lower class experiences is created.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry, my diamond earring!
Makes us furious and yet question how privileged a person must grow up to say these sentences out loud.
Don't fight being a monarchy, John. Embrace it. Kings get shit done.
You can't deny it. The Kardashian-Jenners have an immense influence on our culture. Of course, they don't stand alone with that power. Many other celebrities have a big influence on society. But I'd argue that for most other artists, that influence only applies to a small amount of people, their fans. With the Kardashians, it seems to be a bit different. We are somehow not able to escape their example. Their Instagram curation when it comes to beauty and fashion directly affects all of our social media consumption. This cultural impact stretches far beyond the surface because they also have quite the political impact and have made comments about political figures that surely can sway an audience. Modern royal families don't hold the same political power they used to. They have been replaced with a democratic political system, and their influence has dwindled over the past centuries. Now their influence lies more in doing philanthropy work and parading themselves around the country as tourist attractions. Out of the 5 sisters, the one with the most political interest and influence is Kim. She has been studying law and being vocal on prison reform for years now and showing her process on the Kardashians. Most recently, she had a conversation with Vice President Kamala Harris, and during the Trump presidency, she spoke in the White House about the topic.
Kim Kardashian West.
Hi. It really is such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
She basically, any president can meet with Kim Kardashian now. This is crazy. Well, and remember, they've done a lot of work in terms of, Holocaust. They've done a lot of good work.
Right. I mean, they brought a ton of awareness too, but like you guys said, it's incredible. She's had multiple visits to the White House, now this. And you gotta imagine any other country Kim would ask for a meeting with a world leader, they would do it.
Yeah, they'll all meet with her. And if you remember that, after the sex tape and the whole thing, they were kind of shunned by Hollywood. Yeah. They were really shunned by Hollywood, even though they became famous on the reality show. Every president.
World leaders.
What president's not going to meet with her at this point?
So Kim Kardashian is actually changing what it means to be a celebrity, and she's doing it single-handedly. I wouldn't be surprised. This might seem like a crazy take, but I wouldn't be surprised if she becomes president one day.
She's not, I don't think we're ready for that.
Yeah.
But she can certainly influence who becomes president.
Well, we've talked about that for years, that they have the ability to change an election. Yep. If legally, if they marshal all of their social media and everything else. I mean, elections are decided by fairly narrow margins.
Kim can't make laws or legislation, but she can use her huge influence, the power of fame, to make actual lawmakers listen. And she does so all in the open for everyone to see on the Kardashians or Instagram. And with that, she even achieved real change.
When someone like Kim Kardashian, she has more Instagram followers than some countries have people, okay? So when she reaches out to a governor or a senator or a president, they return the call.
In the end, the Kardashians are not royalty in the traditional sense, of course. They don't carry the titles of monarchs or aristocrats, but in a world where celebrity and influence reign supreme, they've managed to carve out their own kind of royal status. Their empire isn't built on ancient bloodlines, it's built on savvy business decisions, viral moments, and the ability to shape public perception. They've built a dynasty that has transcended the traditional boundaries of fame, and now, whether we like it or not, the Kardashians are as influential as any royal family. So, while they may not have the ancestry or titles of the British monarchy, the Kardashians have done something that many royals struggle with. They've stayed relevant, modern, and in many ways, untouchable. Whether they are hated or adored, the Kardashian-Jenners have managed to dominate our screens, our social media feeds, and in many ways, our cultural conversations.
Okay, all the adults, look at the camera and the rest is fine.
A kiss, which receives a roar of approval from the crowd.
The real sense of celebration and joy.
Have a